Let's see why Fleekazoid is saying Redfall is so awful. They forgot the busty oh, shit. I remember Redfall. Holy, oh my god. I remember the dog shit that was Redfall. What is Fleekazoid going to say about it, though?
Buenos noches, pimps. Redfall is the latest failed abortion that crawled its way out of the dumpster to scar our eyes, minds, and wallets as Bill Gates' master plan to force the youth outside by buying and destroying every major gaming company continues. It's a game that fails to even be painfully generic because its basic mechanics like shooting, world design, and the short bus AI are so lackluster that it would be insulting to the other painfully generic games on the market to call it that. And that is on top of the plethora of stuttering frame games on the market to call it that. And that is on top of the plethora.
T-posing man in the back of my guts. Fuck's sake. Redfall. How do you keep disappointing me so long after the abortion happened?
Of stuttering, frame drops, T-posing, and fucking claymation textures that plague this game. Oh, and would you look at that, it has de novo. What a neat little winky dink. How can you make a game that is
fucking
100 gigabytes and not 1 megabyte of that is a redeeming quality? This truly...
Wait, 100 gigabytes and the textures are that low res? How the fuck? What were they smoking? Jesus.
Is the worst generation of gaming because just as soon as one piece of shit flushes, another one plops in the toilet. And you may be wondering, Fleek, why are you even reviewing this? We all knew this was gonna be trash months ago. Well, pimp, I figure somebody should make money off of all this, seeing as it sure as shit won't be Microsoft. Let's begin with the hard-hitting issues. Where are all my golf GFs? My busty bloodsuckers?
I am so looking forward to Masquerade, the new one. Hold on. No. Soon we shall have the second one. Soon. Even though this date got changed 3 times so far. It was supposed to come out in 2022. Wait, the Chinese room. Did another development studio take over? That is concerning. Where's the women in the scenes? See, there's busty vampires here and here. Why, you know, show busty vampire. Oh, okay, this has got me a bit concerned. Fucking release the game already.
My canned up counts, my mega mommy maidens. You see, amongst my favorite tropes of any genre is the big budget vampires. It counteracts the... how do I say this? Femboyness of the entire genre, if you will. But it seems that unfortunately, Redfall is yet another victim of the ongoing war on massive budgets. I think it may be the greatest casualty we've suffered since Alloy grew a beard because, damn, you don't even need UV lights to scare these vampires off. One good look at any of these abominations, and those motherfuckers will run for the hills. I mean, not that any of these Slenderman wannabes are turning heads either, but, you know. God damn. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is what I've always said. If your game isn't gonna make massive memories, then at least include some massive memories. You feel me, pimp? Next up, the AI must be modeled after a brain-rotted Zoomer that got vegetabilized from hearing one too many Vine booms, because these are just about some of the stupidest robots I've ever had the displeasure of playing against. Look at this. This guy takes 5 seconds to walk up the stairs, then waits for 5 more seconds to shoot, and then fucking misses point blank. What are we doing here, cocaine? Or look at this, where you can see that these AI are fighting, and 2 of these big tater tards are rattling off shotgun blasts into the sky for the hell of it. And if that wasn't enough, on top of all of it, look at this, where this guy walks up, misses all but one shot, then slowly steps back, and I kill him because, honestly, I just got bored of waiting for him to make the first move. Ladies and gentlemen, this game relies on the fact that you would just immediately walk in and start shooting everything, not noticing that no one is fighting back in any way representative of a fucking breathing alive
Oh, this was a
human being with
dumpster fire.
pulse. Because if you stop shooting them for even 10 seconds and just observe how they act, you will realize that they are all participants in the Special Olympics. And for further proof, because I have 4 hours of wildlife observation, watch as this man takes his pistol and tries to bayonet charge my friend. What the hell am I even watching anymore? The fact that 30% of people on Steam gave this a positive review is an indication.
Okay, I have to know. Why is it still $70? It's gone up to 40%. What the fuck? Why have 60% only 10 years? What the fuck is going on? $12 to 13 hours is not a short time. Oh. No, it's not. It is not fine. It is exactly correctly hated. It's not overly hated. It's hated just the right amount. You.
That Bethesda must have let 30% of these dumbass AIs review this game because only a lobotomy patient could think this is a fun experience.
No, it's the devs who bloody all played this game and reviewed it.
In a first-person shooter. All credit where credit is due, vampires are slightly harder to fight, but that's only because the developers baked clipping into their moveset and made them goddamn spastic bullet sponges. Sure, it's harder to fight an enemy when they're clipping into the wall. You got me, Bethesda. You win. You've mastered the art of tedium. But you know what the problem with that is, Pim? Mowing a lawn is more fun, challenging, rewarding, and has much more player choice than this entire gameplay loop. For starters, Arcane has never made a game with good gunplay. There you go, I said it. Fuck you, starters. Arcane.
Yeah, Arcane Prey, the gun wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. Dishonored, it was more about the knife fighting instead of the guns. But for whatever reason, the sequels start to rely more and more on the handgun. They really can't make a good shooter, can they? Fuck.
Has never made a game with good gunplay. There you go, I said it. Fuck you and your 10 out of 10 on Deathloop. Dishonored was only good because of the stealth and magic. Redfall, on the other hand, is right out of the sludge river in terms of gunplay quality. It is stiff, it is soulless, and it is bland. It is the bare minimum expectation for gunplay mechanics, and at this point, you're still better off developing cancer while playing Destiny 2 if you're looking for this type of gunplay. I mean, just look at this. This animation is stiffer than me when I'm playing Dead or Alive. But if this is stiff, then just what the hell do I call this stealth system? It's bordering on non-existent. You just walk up to people and shoot a system.
Hold on, I need to watch the shirt clip out from his ass again.
Bordering on non-existent. You just walk up to people and shoot their thigh, and they slump over with no takedown animation or fanfare at all.
It's so lazy.
Like they're trying to piss me off. This is bare minimum stuff that we've had going back 10 years now, including an, oh, would you look at that, your own fucking game. And as the cherry on top to the entire gameplay system, we have the RPG system, which is just present enough to have that annoying need to keep grabbing guns with bigger numbers so that you don't have to fight vampires for an extra 2 hours because your gun is underleveled, but not present enough to add any replayability to this game. And your skill tree is maxed out the second you start up the game because there is nothing of value to be found here. It's all just mild stat upgrades to already useless abilities. But that brings me to my next point. All the abilities on my operator were useless. The AI are so stupid that you are putting yourself at a disadvantage to pull out the umbrella when quite literally jumping in circles around them gives you more of a tactical advantage. Your quirky ex-boyfriend perk also does no damage, and I'd say the elevator is probably the most useful because you can use it to put all these stupid goddamn AI in the spin cycle. Also, you can use it to do a little trolling and trick your friends into their own demise.
You thinking what I'm thinking, partner?
Well,
Aim for the bushes.
I will give this game credit, though. There is one RPG
Nice.
mechanic that does dynamically generate a new experience with every new campaign, and that
The
is
exit button?
the Wheel of Glitch.
What?
Depending on your RNG, you might just get your crouch button shut off, have a menu get stuck on a third of your screen that won't go away for an hour, have
No.
T-posing people in your cutscene, get stuck in a bridge, get stuck in a menu, textures barely loading in, guns not loading in at all, and the FPS dropping off harder than Bethesda's reputation. All these glitches make me want to break a goddamn toilet. Fuck! Can't even do that. Fine, let me blow up this car. That's gonna make me feel better.
Doesn't explode. Yeah.
What the hell was that? I'm done. Anyways, I know some people complain that this game had no story, but honestly, that was my favorite part of this game. I'm glad that they knew not to spend any amount of time or money on writing because Jesus Christ, what they already did put in was awful. When I saw this shit in the character creator, I started getting flashbacks.
Telekinetic threatened student. No. Saints Row 5 bloody energy.
Kevin is shirtless. I don't know why.
Of course, I still chose her, though, so that I could annoy the person I was playing with constant quips and quirky dialogue. However, there came a point where not even I could stand it any longer.
Nah, it'll be about the same.
Fair. Absolutely
and now
fair.
I could talk about the setting, but there's nothing to be said about it. There's nothing worse than something so boring, something so aggressively bland and empty that there isn't a single thing to make a joke about. But now with that being said, there is always a way to fix every shitty game, folks. Microsoft may have sucked all the life out of Bethesda, but the Fleek always fixes, pimp. I say we take all this shit into an underground nightclub, give all the women big old WM double D, give everyone skin-tight suits, give me a trench coat, give me a katana, and give me a copy of Blade 1 and 2 on Blu-ray.
I think the Marvel's Blade has been cancelled, hasn't it? Hold on. They're hoping for 2027 release, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen, more than likely, because the production issues just keep fucking it. I think the main character who did Blade doesn't even want to do it with all these changes they keep wanting to do, which is a shame. He was such a badass.
And now that's just the quick patch, Bethesda. I got more up in the old dome. Hit me up. As of right now, though, I give this game a solid A. But consider my fixes, and I am confident that we can get this baby up to a solid, stuttery C. Never forget that the devs are so stupid that they copyright struck their own cover photo on Twitter. Sweet dreams, pimps!
They didn't.
Struck their own.
Holy shit, they are completely mentally challenged. Who the fuck? My God. Just when you think they can't get more stupid, they find a way.